This is Trace again with Traces of Inspiration. I wanted to share an experience about someone who has been in my life recently, and I enjoy people. My interaction with others helped me to learn about myself. It helps me to become a better person. It teaches me things that I am not aware of, and things that areas in which I need to grow. So there's an individual who I've known in childhood, and like we grew up together as like family, like play family, and I care about him a lot, and he means a lot to me. He was gone in the military and stuff like that for quite some time, and I feel like we got closer during his time away. He retired, or he's no longer in active service anymore, and I was grateful that he came back, that he has been around in my life a lot lately. When he got back, we went running a lot. So I enjoyed our morning runs. I enjoyed just that quality time with him, because during those morning runs, it led me to reflect things. We had conversations. I'm always having deep conversations with people. I love talking in intimate settings. So it was kind of like aha moments when around him, and he challenged me to think about certain things, because I love intellectual conversations. So I love that, and I appreciated that. I ended up getting injured, so I had to reduce the amount of time that I ran. I just stopped running for now. I was like, I'm injured right now, and I cannot run on this leg, and I don't want to keep causing it to get worse, where it's like a complete permanent damage because of me running on an injured leg, which I wouldn't advise. During that time, he did push me a lot, like, hey, Trace, like, nah, like, you have to realize that muscles form when you injure, or like basically you're injuring you're injuring certain tissue, and that's how muscle form. And y'all can read that up. It is accurate, but I was like, no, this is a real injury. This is not muscle forming. This is injury. So that kind of reduced our amount of time that we went running. Fast forward, I miss our running. I miss those moments, and I did still spend quality time and all that stuff with him. But I had to kind of evaluate and reflect that relationship, because I felt that I was getting very, like, trying to control that situation and not allow things to happen organically. What I got out of that was that, you know what, Trace, you are very fond of this person, but you're not attracted to them in that light. What you're attracted to is really just their personality. Like, he is a great person, and I care for him so much, and I'm grateful that he's in my life. However, I had to catch myself, because it's so easy to cause myself to start like telling myself that, hey, you really love this like this person, to be with them, when in actuality it's the idea of them, or the perception, or the qualities that they possess, that attracts me. He is definitely a person who I consider to be like a big brother, a big mentor. I haven't had any, sexual attraction to him or nothing, not saying he's ugly or nothing, but I had to realize that I was functioning from like a vulnerable place, and I didn't want to allow him or cause myself to start making him feel a void, which he has no business fulfilling because he was never assigned that role. So I had to like reel it back in, and I was like, God, why am I, starting to want to spend more time with this individual? I've never been attracted to them in that light before. And really, I got that aha moment of it's a void that you're trying to fill with this person. And it's so important to maintain those healthy boundaries. And I could see how people would end up in situationships with people because of being around them so often, and having that infatuation and mixing it up with, no, this is somebody who I really need to be with because of how they make you feel. But it's so important for us to always do self-evaluations, determine why people are in our lives, and not to assign these roles on them that they never signed up for. These relationships that I have with these guys are teaching me what healthy boundaries look like. They're teaching me what a healthy relationship with the opposite sex should look like, and also my wants and my needs, or different things that I want to be met that I've never been aware of, or just how to communicate what I need, how to communicate how I'm feeling, and knowing that there are people who genuinely care, and that every person we actually encounter is for a life lesson. Always take something out of that situation. So I had to get out of my head that, yeah, this is not a person that, hey, you're trying to pursue. And listen, your girl ain't no chaser. I don't chase dudes, I'm sorry. But to know that, hey, value your relationship. Don't run away from how you care about the person, but always go in situations sober. Be very sober, and don't all of a sudden like try to force, like, oh, now I like this person, or maybe they could be a potential, when in actuality that's not what they're there for. He's there to like teach me a lesson. He's there to just be, and to teach me how to just be. Every person that I encounter, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have a motive, or that, no, I gotta be with this person. Nah, it's just, he's a good person, he's dope, he's chill, and I love his personality, and that's okay. But I had to get here, and I had to learn that, and learn to not just push people away, and reflect those feelings, evaluate those emotions, and understand why I'm feeling them, analyzing it, and all that stuff, to get a better understanding. So pretty sure he'll know who he is, but I definitely had to talk about this because maybe someone could relate out there, like a person who's been in your life, and you're like, maybe I should put them in the romantic category, but they may not even need to be in that area, or that may not be their role to fulfill. And it's just for me to do self-evaluation in myself and analyze what in me is placing them there. You never know, hey, something may unfold from it in the future, but I'm learning to just be and not manipulate situations. So hopefully you got something from this conversation, and I love everybody I encounter because you guys are a part of my journey. You're teaching me things about myself, and I'm learning to self-reflect and to share with the world, because there's other people out there who can relate. Once again, it's Traces of Inspirations, and I hope that you are inspired.